Welcome to our Hong Kong Brief program. Today, we have some exciting news to share with you. First up, after a long stretch of decline, Hong Kong's home prices have finally seen a rise in October, increasing by 0.62%. This shift is attributed to recent interest rate cuts and relaxed mortgage rules, although overall prices are still down from their peak in 2021. In other news, former media mogul Jimmy Lai is in the spotlight as he continues his court testimony regarding national security charges. He firmly denies any wrongdoing, asserting that his newspaper, Apple Daily, was committed to truth and peaceful resistance during the 2019 protests. His case has sparked significant public interest and debate. Lastly, SF Holding, China's largest courier service, has made its debut on the Hong Kong exchange, raising nearly 6 billion Hong Kong dollars. Despite a flat opening, the company aims to expand its logistics networks internationally. It's a day filled with developments that reflect the dynamic nature of Hong Kong's economy. Please stay tuned for more detailed coverage. South China Morning Post reports that Hong Kong's residential property market has shown signs of recovery, with home prices rising for the first time since March. Official data revealed a 0.62% increase in lived-in home prices in October, marking a halt to a 5-month decline. This uptick follows a recent interest rate cut and relaxed mortgage rules introduced by Chief Executive John Lee. However, despite this positive shift, home prices remain approximately 7% lower compared to the beginning of the year and have plummeted more than a quarter from their peak in September 2021. In contrast, rental prices have slightly cooled, experiencing a 0.3% decline after a steady increase since May last year. In another significant development, South China Morning Post covers the ongoing trial of former media mogul Jimmy Lai, who is facing national security charges. As Lai continues to testify, he vehemently denies allegations of colluding with foreign forces and attempting to influence international policies regarding Hong Kong. During his testimony, Lai highlighted his editorial philosophy at Apple Daily, arguing that the newspaper's approach naturally aligned with the values of Hong Kong people, thus negating the need for explicit editorial directives. He described the so-called lunchbox meetings with senior executives as largely unremarkable and devoid of significant discussions on editorial content. The trial has drawn considerable attention, as it encapsulates the broader tensions surrounding media freedom and national security in Hong Kong. Nikkei Asia reports on the lukewarm debut of SF Holding, China's largest logistics company, on the Hong Kong exchange. Despite raising a substantial 5.83 billion Hong Kong dollars, $749 million, the company's shares opened flat, reflecting investor apprehension amid declining revenue and global trade uncertainties. The listing follows a period of oversubscription, with retail demand exceeding expectations. SF Holding aims to expand its international logistics network, allocating a significant portion of proceeds for this purpose, as competition intensifies within China's delivery market. The broader IPO landscape in Hong Kong shows mixed signals, with some companies performing well while others struggle, highlighting the complexities of the current economic climate influenced by external tariff threats and domestic market conditions. South China Morning Post reports that Hong Kong stocks are nearing a 2-month low, driven by a significant drop in profits for Chinese industrial companies, which fell for the third consecutive month. The Hang Seng Index saw a slight decline of 0.2%, while the Hang Seng Tech Index dropped by 0.4%. Key players in the market, such as Geely Auto and BYD, experienced notable losses, reflecting the broader economic pressures. In contrast, Chow Tai Fook Jewelry Group surged by 6.1% following the announcement of a substantial share repurchase plan. The National Bureau of Statistics revealed a worrying trend, with industrial profits down 10% year-on-year in October and 4.3% for the first 10 months of the year. In another report, South China Morning Post highlights innovative research from Hong Kong that utilizes sewage monitoring to detect COVID-19, with potential applications for tracking other diseases like flu and dengue fever. Developed by researchers at the University of Hong Kong, this technology has already been implemented in approximately 100 cities across mainland China. The initiative began as a government-backed project, establishing sewage surveillance points to monitor COVID-19 trends, making Hong Kong the first city to identify cases through this method. The researchers are now exploring the possibility of using sewage testing for dengue fever and flu monitoring, showcasing the technology's versatility and importance in public health. SF Holding, often compared to FedEx, made its trading debut in Hong Kong amid a lackluster market environment, as reported by South China Morning Post. The company's shares opened at 34 Hong Kong dollars and 30 cents, maintaining the initial public offering price. The debut was marked by a ceremonial gong strike by Chairman and CEO Wang Wei, but the overall market sentiment remained cautious, with the benchmark index close to a two-month low. SF Holding raised 5.83 billion Hong Kong dollars from its IPO, with significant investments from various cornerstone investors, including notable Hong Kong billionaires and international firms. The funds raised will be directed towards enhancing the company's logistics capabilities and optimizing its supply chain within mainland China, emphasizing its growth strategy in a competitive market. South China Morning Post highlights the untapped potential of intellectual property, IP, for small and medium-sized enterprises, SMEs, and startups in Hong Kong. As the city aspires to be a regional IP trading hub, local businesses are encouraged to harness the advantages of a strong legal framework and government initiatives, such as the 2 billion Hong Kong dollars Innovation and Technology Venture Fund. Despite a significant percentage of patent applications coming from non-residents, the introduction of a competitive patent box tax incentive aims to stimulate local participation in IP trading. Success stories, like Universal Basketball League Limited, demonstrate how strategic IP management can elevate business models and facilitate access to capital through IP financing, ultimately allowing Hong Kong's SMEs to expand their global presence. South China Morning Post also reports on the historic achievement of Anna Hu, whose exquisite creation, the enchanted white lily bangle, became the first work by a contemporary female Chinese jeweler to be permanently displayed in the British Museum. This masterpiece not only showcases Hu's artistic prowess but also embodies the fusion of Eastern and Western artistic traditions. Crafted over 6 months with the collaboration of Parisian artisans, the bangle features a stunning 30.48-carat rubellite and intricate details that reflect Hu's deep appreciation for nature and music. The bangle serves as a testament to the rich cultural dialogue between East and West, highlighting Hu's journey from a classical cellist to a renowned jewelry artist, and marking a significant milestone in the realm of high jewelry. South China Morning Post reports on recent landmark rulings by Hong Kong's top court, which have affirmed housing benefits and inheritance rights for same-sex couples, igniting calls for a comprehensive legal framework to recognize their rights. The Court of Final Appeals decisions allow same-sex couples to apply for public rental housing and inherit properties, marking significant progress for the LGBTQ community in Hong Kong. Activists and scholars urge the government to expedite the formulation of policies that ensure equal treatment for same-sex couples, emphasizing the need for transparency and public consultation. While the Housing Authority is considering the implications of these rulings, there is a growing consensus that recognizing same-sex marriage would be a logical step towards achieving equality under the law. South China Morning Post highlights the rich history of Qiaopi, or Teochew letters, which have served as a vital connection between Chinese migrants and their families back home for centuries. Originating from the Chaoshan region in Guangdong, these heartfelt correspondences reflect the struggles and triumphs of Teochew immigrants who left their homeland in search of better opportunities abroad. The Xiaopi Museum in Shantou houses over 120,000 letters that reveal personal stories, societal changes, and the emotional toll of migration. One poignant letter recounts a father's desperate plea to retrieve his daughter, sold to alleviate financial burdens, illustrating the heartbreaking circumstances faced by families separated by distance. The museum not only preserves these letters but also showcases the broader cultural significance of Xiaopi, which flourished alongside the emergence of the shuike profession, dedicated to transporting letters and goods between communities. In response to the evolving threat of terrorism, the South China Morning Post reports that Hong Kong is ramping up its counter-terrorism efforts. Under a new mechanism led by Chief Executive John Lee Ka-chiu, 7 working groups will be established to coordinate various government departments in combating both local and international terrorist activities. Police officials emphasize the need to address the growing concern of lone wolf attacks, which can stem from extreme social views as well as political motivations. The Interdepartmental Counterterrorism Unit, formed in 2018, aims to enhance public education and intelligence sharing, while correctional authorities will focus on preventing radicalization within prisons. The initiative reflects Hong Kong's commitment to maintaining safety in an increasingly complex geopolitical landscape. Jane Goodall, the esteemed primatologist, urges collaboration among Hong Kong's business leaders, government, and civil society to promote biodiversity and sustainability. Speaking at an event organized by the Jane Goodall Institute Hong Kong, she emphasized the urgency of collective action to address environmental challenges. Goodall's call for partnership aligns with global agreements aimed at conserving natural ecosystems and mobilizing significant funding for biodiversity efforts. In a city grappling with the effects of climate change, Goodall advocates for integrating biodiversity into economic frameworks and emphasizes the importance of green architecture. Her message resonates with the need for a united approach to protect the planet, highlighting that the responsibility lies with all sectors of society to drive meaningful change. South China Morning Post reports that Hong Kong is emerging as a vital link between mainland China and the global AI industry, even as geopolitical tensions rise. Lawrence Chung Chi-chung, Chief Technology Officer of the Hong Kong Productivity Council, HKPC, emphasized the challenges created by the barriers between the US and China, which hinder technological collaboration. He expressed sadness over the missed opportunities for partnerships with Western counterparts and highlighted the importance of Hong Kong as a launchpad for international AI firms seeking access to the Chinese market. Amid these challenges, HKPC is developing an AI model called Industrial GPT, aimed at benefiting local manufacturers, while also navigating the complexities of using both Chinese and Western technology solutions. South China Morning Post also covers U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken's call for unity among G7 nations in addressing the economic and security risks posed by China. At a recent foreign ministers' meeting, Blinken praised the collaborative efforts of G7 countries and stressed that a united front is essential for effectively managing policies concerning China. The discussions included various global issues, including the ongoing conflicts in the Middle East and Ukraine, with a particular focus on China's support for Russia. The G7's final communiqué underscored the importance of engaging with China on shared interests, while expressing concerns over its non-market practices and human rights issues. Blinken's remarks highlighted the growing alignment among G7 nations regarding their approach to China, advocating for a balanced strategy of cooperation and caution. South China Morning Post features an endearing look at Lizzo and her mother, Sherry Johnson Jefferson, who share a striking resemblance and a close bond. A recent Instagram post by Lizzo showcased their matching braided hairstyles, prompting fans to comment on how youthful Sherry looks, with many mistaking her for Lizzo's sister. Sherry, who worked in the mortgage industry alongside her late husband, has been a significant influence in Lizzo's life, having raised her in a musical environment. Lizzo often expresses her love for her mother through thoughtful gifts, including a Gucci bag and a brand new Audi. Despite the loss of her husband, Sherry appears to be single, and Lizzo's affectionate posts reveal the deep connection they share, as she continues to celebrate her mother's presence in her life. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.
Morning sunlight on the street, city whispers soft and sweet, faces mix in daily grind, every story intertwined, cultures blend like colors bright, languages in the silent night, on the table stories told, food and feast upon so bold, people living day by day, in the heart they find their way, sharing moments, voices sing, in this world of everything. Society in rhythms beat, entertainment's fleeting heat, echoes of ours and fears, laughing through our unseen tears, children playing in the park, drawing dreams till after dark, elders speak of days gone by, washing shadows from the sky. People living day by day, in the heart they find their way, sharing moments, voices sing, in this world of everything. Society